Guy Bartel with Anthony Hartwig and another edition of Coach's Corner. This time we go to the NE8 on the boys' side of things with the South Range Raiders' new head coach, Mr. Pat Carden. Pat, how we doing today?
Good. Excited get on the show and get our season started here. We're a little behind the eight ball with football still being in the playoffs, but it's been great getting in the gym with the kids last week.
It's no doubt a good thing, and there's good pros and cons, right, to the football team going far. You of course want them to go as far as possible, but you're getting some of the kids back, like you said, in the gym. How are practices looking with the kids that you have been able to get to participate?
Yeah, we got 11 kids right now. They're really working hard. We're getting as much in as we can. We do have a good group of kids that have some varsity experience. 3 returning starters from last year that are in the gym right now, so it's good to have them with us.
Coach, one of the things that I have to ask, last year the hallmark of this team was winning close games, like the buzzer beaters for South Range last year, up the roof. And I think they had like 9 one-possession wins as a team. Or is your heart rate ready for that?
Yeah, we're hoping to not have so many close games here. We're hoping to jump out some early leads, play with a little bit more pace than maybe they have in the past, and put some bigger numbers up on the scoreboard.
But in all reality, when you bring so much momentum out of such a good season a year ago, a team that won a lot of games, how do you carry that momentum into this year?
Yeah, I think they kind of got a taste of it last year. They won the NE8. They or split the NE8, I should say. They got to a district championship. So I think now we're really looking to try and take that next step and carry that forward as, get back and compete in the NE8 again and, hopefully compete for a district.
What's your journey been like to this head coaching role? How'd you find yourself in this position, and why South Range? Why was it such a good fit for you?
Yeah, so I started, now it would have been 9 years ago at Springfield Local when Coach Fender was still there. He brought me on as a freshman coach. After that, I spent 4 more years at Springfield with Steve French, who came on after Coach Fender. The last 2 years, I was at Girard High School with Coach Handon. So I've had a lot of experience with some local schools, some schools in our league in the same division, Division III. So I think kind of just carrying all that forward, taking little bits and pieces from everyone, has really kind of got me ready for this. And like I said, with South Range, I came from Girard. We were just in the NE8. And when I was with Coach French at Springfield during our time, we won district title in D3. So we're familiar with the district. So I think it was just kind of getting the best of both worlds. And, South Range has a really rich culture of sports here right now. And we're trying to match that success that football's had, baseball's had, basketball had some good success last year. So we're just trying to really propel that forward.
When you think of the culture of this team and the thing that you want to instill, what kind of culture do you want to see at South Range?
Yeah, we want to have just a really positive culture, hardworking kids who want to come in and be here every day. And that's something that we're really working towards. It's no secret that they had quite the roller coaster ride last year. They had some issues, some highs, some lows. So it's a new leaf for them. A whole new coaching staff. No one returns from last year. So there is, we're getting used to knowing the kids, and I think they're kind of seeing that we're coming in with a fresh start, and I think it's good for them. It's good for us, and we're really working towards building a program here, and from the ground up, whether it's 4th grade, 5th grade, 7th, 8th, we want to be a cohesive program all as one.
You mentioned all the programs at South Range that have experienced success to it. I mean, you're getting a lot of those athletes, similar type athletes from those programs that have gone to state championships, won state championships onto your team. It always just seemed like this team was just like you said, they dealt with the issues last year. They were missing that skipper to kind of just take the reins. Looks like you're able to step into this role and do that now. When you talk about this team and the success that they've had in other sports, do you feel like success breeds success and that you can get this team to that district championship that they're looking to hang into the banners?
Yeah, obviously we lose kids to football right now, and they're still going. It's time that we would wish that we could have with them in the gym. But, I think when you get a taste of that winning, it's, you taste it and then you want more. These football guys want to keep going. They're going to come in and compete. I have no doubt about that when they're done. And especially last year, like they saw, you're allowed to be good in everything. That was kind of one thing we're preaching. Football's been really good. Baseball's been really good. You're allowed to be good in basketball too. And, we're really working towards that. And I think they're hungry for that. We have a group of kids that's going to be a very junior, senior heavy. So, they know the end of the line's kind of coming, and, they want to make their mark on South Range history.
Coach, let's talk about your schedule. Obviously, you're very familiar with the NE8 being with Girard last year. What do you see out of the conference? What kind of things can you tell us about what the NE8 might look like this year?
Yeah, the conference is always very competitive. There's no easy wins on the schedule. On any given night, if you play a bad basketball game, you very easily lose a game. You got to play your best ball. I expect Poland returns a lot of kids. I expect them to be good. Struthers is always competitive. Hubbard brings in a new coach, so we'll see what what they can bring. Same thing with Niles, new coach. There's a lot of new faces, in the league as well. And Jefferson was a really competitive team last year. That's not going to be with it. So, it's going to be interesting to see how some things shake out with only 7 teams in it this year.
No doubt. And I mean, the conference schedule is always the comfort part of the schedule, the ones you're guaranteed and you're going to get competition from there. But that non-conference slate is always fun because you could kind of schedule, get different looks of different teams, what other teams are doing, and kind of get a whole slate of different types of basketball. What are some of these non-conference matchups you're really excited to get your team faced?
Yeah, our non-conference is really tough. We're not shying away from any competition. We throw our kids to the wolves right away. We start with Louisville to open, and then we go right with West Branch and Cheney. Right before we get into league play, we have Fitch on our schedule, Howland, Ursuline, Mohawk, and PA, who had 20 wins last year. So, those teams are really going to get us ready, and for the tournament, to get us playing our best basketball, end of February, early in March. So I think, that's going to build. We're going to be in those tight games. We're going to see some different competition. So, I don't think there's not any game on our schedule where I look at it and say, that's just a cupcake win. It's on there. We got to come out. We got to play, 22 nights this year.
When you have a schedule like that as a coach, I mean, how excited does that make you for every challenge that you're going to face, whether it be trying to quickly rebound from one game and get to the next one, knowing that there's no time off? What's that like for a coach to be stressed and challenged the way that you're going to be?
Yeah, I think it really keeps the kids locked in. Sometimes you do see some of those cupcakes on your schedule, and you sleepwalk through practice. You sleepwalk through a game. We're not going to have any of that. We're going to have to be, focused here every day. Really prepare for games and, not take any game lightly. Like I said, 22 nights on our schedule right now, you got to give everything you have if you want to win.
You talk about the culture you want to try to instill with this team. What are some characteristics of Pat Carden basketball teams we can expect from this Raiders squad?
Yeah, I want us to be really enthusiastic. Cheer on your teammates. I think that's a big one for us. Really getting the kids, on the same level and on the same train of thought there. Like I said, they had their issues last year that we got really overcome and build a great team culture here. I'm gonna be energetic, a little bit more upbeat on the sideline. And our kids are going to be prepared for every situation that gets thrown their way. I don't want to, we're not going to hopefully not look foolish seeing something that we weren't expecting to see. I hope we have everything prepared.
All right, Coach, like you said, it's a new staff this year. You've put together a good one. I want to give you the chance to shine a light on the people that you've brought in to help you with this South Range program and the coaches that have your back.
Yeah, so the big one for me is Steve French. He comes on. He was a head coach at Springfield previously. He was a head coach at Jefferson for a few years, and he's had a lot of success, district championships. He was really an instrumental part of growing me in my coaching career and getting me to this point. So he's great. I'm very biased towards him. I think he's one of the best basketball minds around, if not the best basketball mind. So he's great, and I think he's really enjoying the assistant role, kind of taking a back seat a little bit. We have Mark Easy, who's a teacher in the school. And he was a former head coach. He's coached for a number of years. He's going to help out the JV program. Again, very, very energetic. He wants to see this program succeed. He wants the very best for the kids. So he's good. He has a lot of experience, and that helps me out as well. Being a fresh guy, having some guys that have seen some different scenarios and been in some different situations, having their experience kind of lean on. And then we also have Adam Wary with us. Adam was a player with Coach French and I at Springfield for 3 years. He had a great career there. He's going to help out with our freshman program and JV. And, kids can kind of go to him. He's younger. Kids can go to him and really find out, what we expect from them. He's somebody that they can lean on.
Coach, final question for you, and it's been a running theme for this year of for coaches, and it goes back to the love of the game of basketball. It's what brings us all here each and every season. My question to you: where did this love for basketball start? Do you have a pinpoint moment or a first memory in loving the sport?
I don't. I've played it for a long time. I grew up, AAU wasn't really a thing as much when I was growing up. It was more like we used to play at the YMCA on Saturday mornings in that league. And then, something just kind of clicked in high school where this really became my main focus. And, I started right after high school into coaching, and I never looked back, and I don't see, my future without basketball. This is something that I see that I'm always going to be involved with, moving forward.
Coach, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today, giving us a solid preview of this very exciting South Range basketball team. We wish you the best of luck, and we'll see you out there for sure.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.